Here is the giant project in the very beginning. I bought this at Michael's. At first I was like, I don't know about it. But then I opened it and I went, oh, the potential. I have separated them and now I shall paint. Ooh la la. There's too much empty space in here. No, that's gotta change. I'll try and do one of those transitions. Come on. Padow. I don't even know if that worked. Anyways, the next part is going to be really tough. And that's deciding what wallpaper to use. I found this. It's like several hundred pages in a thrift store for $4. I'll never have to buy wallpaper again in my life. Right now for the inside, I got some flooring and wallpaper. I finally made a decision. We'll see if that looks all right. All right, here we go. Stay hydrated, everyone. This actually turned out surprisingly well, considering I've never wallpapered a dollhouse room in my life. There is a staircase that goes in here that I took out, and I'm going to totally revamp it. So I did some measurements. You guys, I'm going to use Pythagorean theorem in real life. I'm so excited. Ugh. Okay, I'm running out of light, but haven't painted this yet. Not okay with this. I don't know. I'm going to sleep on it. I'm going to see how this turns out in the end, but don't mind all the mess. I don't know how to color in between the lines. It's ready for some flooring on the top floor. Son of a bitch. I have no idea what I'm doing. Right? Well, that worked out really well. Now I hate this lower part even more. God damn it. I'm gonna have to redo it. Let's do it again, but for this side. Yes, here, check this out. Ooh, and I'm gonna put a curtain in the back. Oh, snap. I think I actually crushed it the second time. Dang. All right. Really making some progress here. Now I super hate this and I'm gonna redo it. God damn it. Excellent. I put some of that gold rope here because to hide all the imperfections of my painting. Excellent. Now I need more furniture. This one here, I had to paint it because it was a very ghastly pink. Okay, I've changed my mind. Instead, because really honestly, I'm going to put a staircase in there. This is just some random piece of thing I found in a bag of random dollhouse parts. And then the other half, I'm going to stick this rug here. So, oops, yeah. So, it's going to be fine. It's going to be hidden. So, I shouldn't get all worked up over it. Anyways, these turned out really nice. Okay, I have my second coat drying of a different color. For those in the know, you may know exactly what I'm trying to do. It's gonna dry really fast because it's really hot in here. It's the end of the day and I've never gone out of this room yet. I have been tested to my absolute limits. And if I ever have to paint anything burnt sienna again, I'm going to lose my goddamn mind. Lots of mistakes were made. What sucks is that I am actually deathly allergic to super glue. So I have to come up with different ways of gluing things, which, anyways, I'm very tired, but I am going to spend the last hour of the night making some books and I'm going to put some stuff in here. So hopefully it'll look better after I decorate it. I never want to look at this shelf ever again for the rest of my life. All right, it's done. It's in there. This is from the other side. There we go. So what I'm doing here is distressing the paint, trying to make it look all ragged. I painted the 2 layers and then I sanded it. Now, one thing that I'm really excited about is that I watched a few tutorials on YouTube, and a lot of them are trying to tell you that you probably need a hand sander. This hobby has turned out to be expensive enough. I already have hand saws. I don't need a hand sander. In the tutorials, they were like, but you could do it by hand if you just apply some elbow grease. You really have to be strong. But this is where it pays to have a degree in chemistry. All you gotta do is find a solvent. This is just rubbing alcohol. Swish, swish. No elbow grease. Distressed paint. I know you're judging me, Gato. Oh, look at you walking away from me. You're like, yeah, you're a weirdo. I was going all ham on this, and I realized I would like to keep some of the red paint that's in there. But, I'm going to stop there for now, and maybe I will attack it at a later day. But so far, I think that looks pretty cool. Back to the rooms. Mini Brands masterpieces are amazing because you can get Van Goghs. So I'm going to be real. I went a little buck wild with the Mini Brands. Why did I get obsessed with Mini Brands, you ask? Is because you can get the Mona Lisa, and I kept trying. But they also have joke versions. I'm not mad. I'm very mad. I'm trying to organize, but all was forgiven because I did get 3 Van Goghs and then these as well. So I ain't mad. Much. Okay, I've narrowed it down. And this is why I call it the easy room, because there's not that much that's going to go in here. This thing needs a curtain. Yeah, let's go. Used a little mixture of tacky glue and water, and there's some pins in there. Really tried really hard not to stab myself. I was successful. I can't look. Did it work? No, not really. Okay, much better. I have a habit of trying something for the first time, royally failing, and then really succeeding at the second time around. So that's just going to fit right in there. And then now I can put up the artwork. Yay! And this was a remake. The other one is straight into the garbage. Far out. Yes. Excellent. I got my stuff ready to go up. There was room for one more, so I got that one drying. I'm going to make it gold. For the next room, I found this Fisher-Price sofa. Oops, I was playing around with some cotton balls. And I found also this antique old in a antique store radio. I'm painting it. It's not done yet. Yeah, it's going together. This room is complete. Don't fall, don't fall. Yes. Art. Art. Chandelier. On to the next. What I have planned for this, I could not find a single tutorial online about this, so I'm going rogue. So, wish me luck. I don't know what I'm doing. I decided to go simple over stupidly complicated. I was like trying to wrap this thing in this suede or fake suede or whatever the hell it is. And then I just decided I'm not going there. And then I made a cute little pillow to go with it on top. Now, I made it perfectly before, but I made it way too big. Set that in there. I have a mirror and some art. There's my radio all painted. And then I had this. This was already pre-made. So I did not make that. And a nice little clock here too. This is a miniature model that I had found at a garage sale for $10. I'm never putting it together because I don't know that language. Not a single bit of it is in English. I don't know if you thought I was a fool for buying it, but I was pretty stoked because there's lots of stuff in here that I can use to make miniature things. Here are some parts, but more importantly, and I already cut it out, but it was for a lampshade. This was way too small, so I tried it a second time, still too small, and I think this will work. I'm gonna do something similar to what I did over here. I bought a little mini light here, but since that looks pretty modern compared to everything else, I'm gonna cover it with something. If this doesn't work, I'll try. There's ways to cover this. Now, this being my first attempt, I'm not gluing it just yet. I'm just kind of playing around. May try a few different designs, but that's kind of the gist of it. I was thinking about putting some ribbon over it too, but this being my first attempt, this really didn't lay on very right. But other than that, I think that's the last thing. I think I'm going to sleep on it, and then I'm going to try again. Stay tuned. So this room actually is partly inspired by my best friend's room, and he is really good at designing stuff. So I sent him a photo of this and asked for his input because I really felt it was missing something. And he really told me what it needed, and it was so great. So, and I felt like even best, if I am going to make a room inspired by something that he created, it was probably only best that he also contributes to what goes in this room. In addition to that model, I also have this book nook that I found in a clearance rack, and I'm also been just pilfering it and getting stuff out. And I used it to make some tables. Oops, hello. First thing to change, actually, that'll be really fast, is this little pillow. Because on one of these book nooks, they have make their own pillow. Instead of using the pattern, I'm gonna make actually using fabric that is actually stuff I took from my friend's house. Don't worry, I didn't steal. He just had a lot of extra fabric in his attic, and I just pilfered through it. It was great. But first, this was bothering me. And you know how I am when I try something for the first time? I fail. So I'm gonna see how the second time turns out. I decided to make it a lot more simpler and then just set that right on there. Also, I'm talking to an 80-year-old on Facebook Marketplace who apparently has a garage full of miniatures that she's willing to give away or sell for really cheap. But of course, this weekend is Father's Day. Her grandson has a baseball game, and then it is also her birthday today. So I told her to take her time and to let me know when she'll let me into her garage to peruse around. My point being is this might go straight into the garbage and be replaced. Anything is subject to change. Corey, I hope this is to your liking. I decided to go with the candlesticks, and then I added another flower here because your room has a lot of plants in it, and I think it needed one more. But as per your request, I have the round table, the white vase, and the rose, and a glass of wine in a tumbler. This room is complete. Finally getting to this one. But what will this room be? We need a bathroom, yeah. You're not judging me, right? No? Probably. This guy is definitely judging me. This little creature is definitely not judging me. Let's have a little moment of the nose. Oh, good. Brother, can you, move? Okay. That's 10 times worse. Okay. All right. Oh, okay. All right. Okay. 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 All right. Oh, thank you. All right. This is what I got so far. There's a toilet way back there. So yeah, the cabinet had to go in the middle because, yeah, way too short. I kept the radiator in too. So originally I was just going to put the sink in the toilet, but then I like that cabinet. I'm going to add some shelving in the corner, and then comes my crazy idea for this room. Is Amazon here? No? Lies? Okay. Brother. So I wanted to put up this little curtain, which I think is really cute, but I didn't like the color, and I thought about changing it. And so I was looking into different types of fabric paint or like different techniques using acrylic paint. And one of the colors I wanted to use was gold. So I did some test samples yesterday, and first I tried a gold fabric paint. I bought a little bit of it and tested it out. And it kind of looks like barf. I used just regular paint, just straight up. It does sparkle. But then I mixed it with water, and it looks barfy again. So then I put way more paint and less water, and it is, or maybe white. White's just fine. We don't need to change it. This room is complete. There's a bunny back there. Yes. Excellent. I don't know why I obsessed so much, even though I was gonna just cover it with plants. There's a little squirrel there. Anyways, I also changed the lampshade, but this side is complete. Hooray. Oh, we're here again. Why is that? Maybe because I just visited an 80-year-old woman's garage and found a vintage sofa just the right size. Corey, I think you'll love this. Hold on. Boom. Perfect fit. Old, raggedy. Even though this is the perfect size, but I mean the fancy side, but yeah, it's great. She said it was one of her oldest ones from the 40s. I got it for free because after she tallied everything up, she took like an extra $25 off of it. So I'm saying that was the amount of the couch. So free. Yeah. Thank you, Diane. Now I pretty much know what room is going to be what. This is probably going to take the quickest and the easiest. Second level of difficulty, third, and then this one is going to ruin my mind. So yeah, I think I'm going to go in that order. So this one is opposite of the bathroom. I got like some moldiness going on over here. Put in this green tile and scraped it up and painted over it a little bit. I'm not going to worry too much about this section here because this just fits perfectly. And then I'm going to throw some stuff at it. So I'm sure this will get filled in a little bit later. But I think I'm going to hold off because like I did with the last one where I wallpapered and painted, I think I'm going to try and go around and do that the best I can. I got my collection of sticks of various sizes so that I can build all kinds of goodies with them. I love my sticks. I painted this exactly the same way, but I'm going to end up covering it up. Right now I'm going to play with my sticks. I really honestly don't know what I'm doing, but I will say I'm making this up as I go along. I got one of these guys. This makes me feel like a real boy, like a real crafter. I think I need to replace the blade. Yep. Yeah. Oh yeah. All right, I had to act fast because I had a bottle of wood glue explode on me, mainly because I didn't have the cap on securely. But you know what's great about this side is that there are no accidents. I am not striving for perfection. There are only happy accidents. Like I said, I'm going to cover up most of that back part. I'm following something that I saw on Pinterest. I'm not going to go for the exact, but something along those lines. I should show this bad boy off too as well. Oh, safety first. There we go. Yeah. This room is opposite my best friend's room, and so I did tell him if he had anything planned for this side, and he sent me some pictures of his house, and I was definitely inspired. What's nice is that I did try to make other flooring for the other side at different colors. I went with a darker color, which looked really nice, but instead of throwing this one out, I'm definitely going to use it for this side. Just chop it down to size. I don't know, ASMR maybe? Just squeeze, okay, give me a second. There we go. Also, it's a little too long, but that's okay. Crunch, 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 because again, we're not striving for perfection. Yeah. Cat tax. Cat tax. I was gonna put the cabinet, but then I thought, it's fine. I think it's time to figure out what's gonna go in there. More room to add stuff to it. Yes. Okay, in all honesty, I did make it, but then I was like off by like a half a centimeter, and then I just, I was like, you know what? I don't need it. So for the upper left, I'm working on a bookcase that I'm gonna just squeeze in there, and Roger, fill books. However, I made this mahogany color and I used it all up, and now I gotta make it again. But I have to remind myself, this is not the perfect side, so it doesn't need to be the exact shade. It's okay, it's okay. Roger really, really hates joggers, and he's on some new heart medication, which has given him a little pep. So now his hatred for joggers has just increased twofold. Roger, you silly goose. These basic colors are what made the mahogany color. So I'm gonna try it again. Again, this is not the perfect side. I'm not striving for perfection. So I was working on this and I was thinking I was trying to be too perfect. I did match that color though. So I'm like purposefully trying to like mess it up here at the top, just like crunch. But the thing is that before I stick this in here, and I also have like a little backing to go in it too. I was playing around with some paint up there in that corner, but I'm changing my mind. I gotta put in the wows, and wait till you see this. I used this off-white or antique white and this really barfy brown that I have, which is really great for this side. I've been using it for like the mold on this part, but I put it in here. Purposefully didn't mix it so that it would create the streaks. I am using so many mediums here. I have some foam board back here. I got popsicle sticks. I got some balsa wood up here. Oh, I can't even forget the construction paper that is surrounding this part. Also, I have to give a shout out to Queen City Minis. She does some phenomenal tutorials that have really helped me. And then I make some alterations. This is one of my alterations, which I like to call work smarter, not harder. Nice and smooth with my sticks. Excellent. And then my plan is just to like do some of that. Perfection. So yes, I go ahead and I glue it to paper just so that I could stick it all on one piece instead of individually adding each little stir stick to the wall. Absolutely not doing that. And then I could put the wall over it. Huzzah. Let's do it on the other side. So when I measured this out, I did not equate for this, so I really had to jam it in there, and it really is kind of going in crooked, which is perfect. That's what I want. Imperfections. Also, because you know how much stuff is in there, it is not possible to cut this thing in half, but it's okay. All right, there we go. Excellent. This turned out fantastic. Actually, I said that this room was going to be extremely difficult, but I think that one was actually pretty damn difficult, so I should bust this out pretty quickly. One of the reasons why this is going to be easier is because I just laid down wallpaper instead. Yeah, I'm not going to create individual bricks like I thought I was going to, mainly because that just adds more space. And then in here, I'm just going to add this little grate here. Perfect. I've told people what this room is going to be, and I don't know if anybody really truly understood by vision. It seemed like a good idea a month ago when I was on vacation. But it's opposite of the art room. I think of the opposite of art is science and engineering, but what's an old-timey science and engineering? So I thought, steampunk room. So here we go. I found this bag in a garage sale for like $1. And I knew I could use it to construct something, and I know just the thing to construct. But first I added some sticks that look like pipes. All right, so covered it with mat board and painted it, and ready to add some pipes and some gears and all kinds of cool other stuff. So I'm going to start with decorating this room first. I'm going to work my way backwards. Go to this one, and then finally the bathroom. I got all kinds of goodies, and I'm working on this thing, which is just me painting one of these guys. You guys, the best places to get supplies is the Dollar Tree. Hell yeah. And these guys are just like $1 of those little straws. It's good times. I got a whole idea for this side, but I gotta wait for the craft store to open. And over here, I'm like, should I just leave it empty? Never. Let's take a moment to appreciate the glues that I use for these projects, because they're the real winners here. This is amazing. Oh my God. But also, last but certainly not least, the real trooper here is my poor hot glue gun that I totally abuse. It is a real trooper. Boom, lever. I should have had this at an angle, but you know what? Too late. Well, then I realized I put it too high up, and I don't think my people who would go in here are that freakishly tall. So I put in a chain. I thought maybe a step stool, but nah, chain's better. Yes. I'm gonna fill this bookshelf while I wait for the craft store to open. I got all these books. I was going through them all, and I'm putting in all the colorful girly ones in here, but I'm tempted to keep the, Taylor Swift book. And A Good Girl's Guide to Murder. But there's some really good stuff in here. Some Doctor Who, there's some Jekyll and Hyde, Gone Girl, hell yeah. So, but I'm gonna try to keep them dark, and then I'm gonna age them. What's funny is that this is going to look old and decrepit, but I'm pretty sure in the books I'm going to have in there the entire series of Twilight. So as I was shoving this bookcase in, it did create some holes, but I thought to myself, what can I put in that hole? And I thought of it. Moss. I'm really excited about this next part. That's a sprue that comes with the model kits for the bathroom. I have a crazy idea to put on that wall. Okay, this room is complete. I got some pipette tips. I got them for $1 at the craft store. I didn't take them from my place of work. And then I got really crafty. I tried this little oil stuff, and I put some oil paints in there of different colors and got it all grimy. So I think it worked. And then over here, I added this. This room is also complete. Well, as I go off to the corgi races, I'm gonna have some clay drying. We'll see how it goes.
Go, Cutter, go! Go, Cutter, go! Go! Ah! Cutter! Woo!
Do you have some words to say? The true champion. Hey, Caro, how's it going? I have never painted fruit, let alone rotten fruit. I used some clay and I molded them, but also I am an absolute champion at buying fruit and forgetting that I have it and having it rot. So I know all the places of where it starts to go discolor. And I have some potatoes turning green. I made this loaf of bread and I was afraid to start putting some green into it because it looks so dang good. All right, I'll put a whole bunch of crap in there. This room should only have like one thing, maybe two. But This room is complete. Oh, also, added a little black to this thing, but then I also didn't like the light, so I put a red cellophane over it. Yeah, now this room is complete. Okay, I can't leave well enough alone. I also added this phone. So these little bottom things are little beads that I took from a book nook, so I added this. All right, let's do this. I'm about to make me some mud. Yes. I have a deep love for Mod Podge and that tacky glue that I forgot I owned this, so I just dumped a good amount in there, tried to get the perfect color, and now I'm gonna add some sand. Yes. Let's give this perfectly pristine tub a good salute goodbye because it's going to be very dirty very soon. I got just the right consistency. Hell yeah. I don't know what I'm doing. I'm trying to get it to naturally just kind of... Come on. Come on. Come on. Drip. Get there. Also, at the end of this project, we're going to say goodbye to this tablecloth. Don't worry, I got it at a thrift store because I knew what I was going to do to it. And last, but absolutely certainly not the least, is we're just going to... All right. There. And then I'm not going to touch it. I'm going to walk away. I'm going to go look at photos for my next inspiration, which could be waiting in the wings. I got all my friends and family letting me know what they want to see next. Here it is, all done. This has truly been a journey. Thank you for watching. This one was a little bit longer than the rest, but I didn't want to break it up into 2 parts. Until next time. Oh, wait, I lied. Here's the whole thing as a whole. Ta-da! Yay!